What's up, everybody? What's up, YouTube? Let me make sure it don't make any difference because my sound always is body bagging me. Okay, it looks like everything's all right. So if y'all can't hear me, just let me know. But yeah, thank y'all so much for coming. I appreciate that. Um, Tonight we're going to talk about the documentary that appears on Lifetime. Where is Wendy Williams? Um, Let me drop the link just in case anybody wants to join in on the commentary or drop it on the panel. So that's the link right there. Okay, so this Wendy Williams documentary is crazy, right? So we have a situation where basically the documentary it it's catching us up with, where has Wendy Williams been since the show ended? Because a lot of people, and I'm for one, have been kind of left in the dark as to what's been going on with her health, um, how she's been handling things since her divorce, and because there's been things that have been said about her in the tabloids, and we don't know what's true and what's not true, but we can only speculate. So with this documentary, um, it sheds a lot of light as to what's been going on. So if you guys haven't watched it, it is really good. So definitely check it out. So if you haven't watched it, you might not know about some of the things I'm speaking about. But pretty much, Wendy Williams has been having a lot of health problems lately. She's been battling addiction issues. She's been struggling with addiction for pretty much most of her life. I think in the earlier part of her life, her adult life, she struggled with a cocaine addiction, and now it's transitioned and moved into this that she's pretty much an alcoholic. Um, and her diagnosis was revealed on the show as well. They said that she has dementia that is brought on by alcoholism. So, there it is. They've placed a label on it, and it was actually her son that said that on the show. So, I just really hate. Let me just give you a little bit of background and how I'm familiar with the Wendy Williams that I know. So for the most part, I've watched her the entire time that she was on air with her TV show. Her show was on for, was it 12, 14 years? She had a very successful show. And for a Black woman to do that in daytime TV is absolutely amazing. She is definitely an icon in the Black community for her to be able to accomplish those things, because we all know how it is. Just as regular people in our day-to-day jobs, how much adversity we have to go through, and once you get to that level, I'm sure it doesn't get any easier. So for her to reach the level she has, it's amazing, and I applaud her for that. So, but I always watched her on TV with her show. For the most part, I've seen probably almost every episode. Probably I skipped out towards probably like the last 2 years because the shows just started to change. But I would say the first 8 to 10 years, I was definitely tuned in. You had her going. I remember it like it was yesterday. She would come on at 11 a.m. every day. And if I didn't catch that episode during the day at 11 a.m., BET would air the reruns. Would air the reruns. Thank you so much for you guys for being in the room, living life to the fullest. Thank you for being here. unadulterated truth. Let me get that out. Um, yeah, her eyes do look bad. She had said that that the issue with her eyes was caused by a thyroid issue. I think it's a thyroid issue or Graves' disease. One of the other. I forget which one it is that causes the issue with her eyes. But so she has stated that on the show, kind of acknowledged the issue with her eyes, but it's definitely a lot more pronounced now because now that she's suffering from the neurological issues that she has, and she can't control how she really looks, so she doesn't really have any perception of how she comes across, so she has a difficult time trying to control that. um, so she just lets it all hang out pretty much at this point. But anyways, so I used to watch her all the time, and I was a big supporter of hers. I loved her show. A lot of people are stating that what I've seen that some of the haters have stated that it's karma, like she's getting her karma for what she's done. But to me, I don't think that she's did anything bad, because I mean, she was covering gossip. That was her job, and she was covering celebrity gossip. And I don't see why these regular everyday people are windmilling for these celebrity millionaires. Like, they don't give a damn about the regular people. So, she had her job to do. So she did. I don't see how her reporting about the hottest tea with the celebrities is anything like malicious. So, but nonetheless, um, so yeah, so I guess she's been, struggling with her addictions with alcohol. From the show, they've been saying that I think she's went through to a couple of treatment facilities for her alcoholism, and the show picks up um, where she has just left the rehab facility in California, and shortly after she leaves the rehab facility, she has been placed under a guardianship. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with what a guardianship is, it pretty much, there's different types of guardianships, but hers is a guardianship. It means pretty much that she doesn't have any control over her day-to-day affairs. There's different types. Hers is financial guardianship, and it's also a medical guardianship. So, so she has both. So she can't control her finances. Somebody has to look over those for her, kind of what Britney Spears had. Britney Spears only had the financial guardianship, but Wendy Williams has both. So she has to go see, with the medical guardianship, she has to go see a team of doctors and whatnot, and she has to follow through with that. And somebody else is responsible and are in charge of her care. So we see where she is not able to have, access to her money. She says that pretty much she says as if she's broke. We know she's not broke. She has millions, but she's not able to just like go to ATM and take out money. Now, this is where what comes into play is that I think that, well, we know it's her son. Her son is a no good deadbeat that has been that caused a red flag from Wells Fargo, her bank, because he was spending her money like crazy. She had appointed him as her power of attorney. And with him being the power of attorney, he had access to get into her bank account. So this little punk was going into her bank account. Give me 1 second. This little punk was going to her bank account. He had signed his mother's name to a lease, an apartment in Miami, a $2 million apartment. and paid upfront $100,000 from her bank account, which covered him for a year. And some of the other bills, some of the other expenses that had happened, because he was power of attorney and was going in and out of her account for well over a year. So his Uber Eats bill was like $60,000. So this little punk is so lazy, he just wants to order Uber Eats instead of, you know, instead of just cooking something at home. Like, he has no idea of how to take care of himself. Obviously, he's a spoiled little rich kid, but and he's on the younger side. So I mean, I can't put too much blame on him, because I'm sure if some of the rest of us were raised how he was as a spoiled rich kid, we might be doing the same similar things. I don't know, because you don't know what the value of a dollar is. He never had to work for anything, so he thinks that there is an endless supply of money. But you know when you take money out of accounts, it has to be replenished, and that's what he fails to realize. There's the end to that. Money comes to an end. His mother worked for years for the money that she has in her account, and this little boy has been blowing through it. So Wells Fargo was alerted to her account and was watching her account, because their money was just coming out left and right. And her financial advisor said that she was being exploited, and I don't know how this process happened, but pretty much the courts got involved. Wells Fargo got in touch with the court system, and the court said that she did not have the ability to control, or to be, she wasn't cognizant enough to control her own affairs financially, and because of her condition, what she's been going through. So now she has no access to or control over her money. So I hope my sound is on. Yeah, these little entitled little brats. So let's see. What's
So
up,
yeah,
Muslim?
what's
What's
up,
up,
brother?
Muslim? I'm just explaining to them a little bit about
Yeah,
the show
yeah,
here real
yeah,
quick, just give them a rundown.
yeah. Do
But
you think?
okay, so the and thanks for joining me too. But
No
anyway,
problem.
so pretty much the courts got involved, and they kicked the son, Lil Kevin Jr., off the account as power attorney. And for people that don't know it, to get someone removed as off from being power of attorney, it's a pretty hard process. So for for them to be able to do that that's crazy in itself. But especially with the bank getting involved with the court system, I thought that was insane how they were doing that. I've never heard of that before. But so they took control and appointed guardianships. Now this is like a third party, so it's not anyone that's her family. Nobody's is guarding her, is part of the guardianship that's in her family. Nobody that is in close proximity to her. This is just like a separate group of people. And if you watch the documentary, you see that she's surrounded by people that she doesn't really have long relationships with. Like, there's her her publicist, and then there's her manager, and neither of them have the experience in what they're doing. Because I think the manager is just like a jeweler, and then her publicist was like working in a restaurant as like a waitress before that. So, but yeah, so pretty much this what I found out from the documentary is that son of hers was is the producer on this documentary. And I found that funny because it's painting him in such a good light. They're just gloss over the fact that this little runt uh, was spending her money left and right, and he caused this process to start.
Hey,
Um,
let me share my screen right quick so we can take just pictures. You can keep talking. I just want to show pictures of her because she's looking crazy
okay,
right.
hold on. Okay. I think I have to remove this off my thing. Hold on real quick. Okay, there we go. Can y'all see that? Yeah, that's how she looked like. Yeah, I mean, that's how like I picture her in my head from her show. Like that's when she looks like, yeah, her regular self. But so I forget where I was. Um, Oh yeah, so the son, it's painting the son in a good light and the family in a good light, and they're pretty much the family is talking to the cameras and in a documentary, and they're saying that, oh well, we love our aunt, we love our sister, we love our I love my mom. That's Kevin Jr. talking, but and we don't have a way to reach out to her. We've lost contact with her for long periods of time, so we can't talk to her and check in on her. So with this guardianship, so and I understand that. So with the guardianship, they should be as a family, they should be able to call and speak to Wendy at any time for however long they want to. So I found that interesting that they're not able to keep in touch with her.
Could you answer that question real quick? She says, "Is she trans?" She's not. No, she's not.
Oh, who
Living
says that?
like
Oh, no, she has a son that she gave birth to, Kevin Jr. She's been very open about it, about her issues with addiction, her having that cocaine addiction. She had several problems, went through several miscarriages before she was able to successfully give birth to Kevin Jr. So she said that she had to stop cold turkey and she completely cut out the drugs because she really wanted to have this baby. And that's why Kevin Jr. means so much to her because, she went through, I think, three miscarriages before she had Kevin Jr. So, but no, she's not trans. She's a biologically born woman. You must not. She must not be very big over there in the UK, living, because I mean, she's a pretty big. She's a pretty big deal over here. I mean, she's been on TV over here for a long time. I mean, Muslim, you're from New Jersey, so she's from not that far from where. Well, no, she's from Asbury. Was it Asbury Park? Is that it?
Asbury Park. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
from. Yeah, she's like
yeah. So
close
yeah,
by.
you're up by Patterson, up more by New York, but she's
Yeah.
but anyway, so she's from New Jersey, so but no, she's not trans. She's a she was born biologically as a woman. Yeah, people say that to be mean, but just I think because of her height. But no, she's a woman. Um, but now where was I? What was I? I forgot. I lost my
You
place.
see this picture right here? It looks like she can't
Yeah,
even.
that's where her eyes are. Like where she just completely looks out of it. This is part in the documentary where she's meeting with her son and her nephew,
Yeah,
and she's meeting him out for lunch. And is this a clip from the documentary Muslim?
yeah, yeah. It was just, he's being interviewed. Her brother is just giving the lowdown. You know, it's
Okay, you want to
yeah.
play it or is this a
No,
good
I
one?
don't want to give you no copyright strike. I just want to show what she looked
Oh,
like. Whoa, my God. All that. You see,
right,
once you
yeah.
start with plastic surgery, you don't stop, man. It's like,
It's not plastic surgery, Muslim. She
you
looks
don't think
bad
so?
because no, she looks. No, I think she looks good. I mean, the only thing that looks bad is her eyes, but she can't help that though.
Look at her
And
nose,
she,
her cheeks. You don't think she got surgery around there?
well, yeah, so that's like maintenance as a woman get older. But I've seen worse than that. Have you seen Madonna lately? Madonna looks terrible.
Oh,
Madonna's like unrecognizable. Like that woman looks like a monster.
yeah.
There's good surgery and then there's bad surgery. I think Wendy's like, I think hers looks pretty good from what I've seen because I've seen some, botch jobs and she doesn't look bad. When she's made up though, Muslim, she looks really pretty,
I
but
don't know. She's 59 years old. She's about to turn 60. She's not that
Right, and
old.
that's another thing I thought was interesting because she's rather young to have all these health issues, don't you think so? Like that's young to have you're having dementia now, suffering from dementia.
She did take
But
care of
they said
herself.
it's caused by alcoholism. But she'd been an alcoholic for that long for it to for it to lead to dementia. I've never heard of that having quick of effect of somebody being an alcoholic within a couple years. Then now they have dementia from it. And she had Graves' disease. She had a thyroid problem. She has issues with her feet, where her feet are like swollen. I think they call it lymphedema or something like that, where her feet are constantly swollen.
Yeah, well, she's
Um,
standing. She was standing up for a long time. She's a tall person. She's very
Yeah,
tall.
she's almost 6 feet. She's like 5'11" or 5'10".
Yeah.
I think she's 5'11". Yeah, she's a tall girl. But that's towards the last few years of her show. She never wore heels. So she always had, because of her height, she always was scared to fall down. But do they have the? Can you look this up, Muslim? It's the Halloween. Just look up Wendy falls down Halloween. Halloween.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure if you've seen it, but she had fell down on her show once, and it was crazy because it was out of nowhere, and they had to go to a long, like 15-minute commercial break because this was live TV. Um, are you looking that up? Can you hear me? I don't know what happened to Muslim. Hopefully my sound didn't go by bad,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'm looking it up. 1 second.
oh, okay, I got you. But okay, so she's just for her age though. I'm just surprised that she's going through all this because I mean, 59 is not that old. I mean, I see so many people that live healthy lives, and like Muslim said, it is how you take care of yourself. But this woman has been a millionaire for a long time. So I mean, she's been going through it since she went through the divorce from her husband. But the stress from a divorce caused you to like sink downhill, like health wise, like that. I just, it's so weird. I wonder, like, I'm thinking that they must have hid this from us from a while. Like, she must have been had these issues, and they just were hiding it from us
I'm
because
ready
there's
when
no
you are.
way in the last. Yeah, what do I do? What do I need to do?
No, nothing. I'm sure. You want me to share it now?
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you can,
Let's try.
because this was a couple years ago on her show. So when she was still looking good and sounding okay. So when she had fell down, like we were all surprised. We didn't know what it was. But
Is this it here? Wendy Williams passes out on live TV?
I'm not let me see. She should be in a Halloween costume if it
I'll
is.
play.
It was a real-life scare for Wendy Williams on Halloween morning.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Because the talk show host passed out live on air.
It's time for our How You Doing Halloween costume contest. We do it every year. It's always a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first caress.
The show cut to black and went to an extra long commercial break, nearly 6 minutes long. But when it did come back on, Wendy was back up.
That was not a stunt. I'm overheated in my costume and I did pass out. But you know what? I'm a champ and I'm back. I want to thank Jerry O'Connell and Dave Messages. Is that the end of the show? Was I passed out?
Come back on.
That's it, Muslim. Yeah.
The show cut to black and went to an
Our first caress.
The show cut to black and went to an
That's it.
Yeah, that was that part was crazy. And living life, I thought it was fake as too. I thought it was a publicity stunt because I don't know. I that's what I thought too. I thought it was like orchestrated. But then she said that she passed out, and then she said that she overheated. So I think that there was something going along, like I can't even say that word, neurological. That
Yeah, that's
was
bullshit. Who overheats? I mean, what's
yeah, there were.
overheat
That's why
mean?
I'm thinking that's something. That's one of those health issues that she's been currently dealing with. That it was been going on since back then, but I don't think it was as advanced as it is now. So I think that because if you notice, she does the thing with her eyes then before she passes out. To me, this is what I thought. I'm a spiritual person. I believe in people being possessed. I thought she looked like she had looked at, like she had saw some demons,
Right
and
there.
like that's what it looked like to me. Like she was like being haunted or something. Like something was following her. Like
Yeah,
it looked. It just looked. It was that was a scary moment though
you guys can
from
see
her
it, right?
show. Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah.
should. Y'all can see that, right? Living life. Living life is my EP tonight, my executive producer. So that's my day one right there. So thanks for showing up,
Nah,
Living
yeah,
Life.
you're right. It's something in her head. Look, look, look. You see how she
She
lost
reaches up
balance.
for her head.
Yeah, she lost balance, right? Okay, she's trying to keep her balance. Now she's grabbing her brains, right? She's grabbing her head. You see? Yeah,
Yeah.
neural something. Yeah, some
Yeah.
chemical
So
balance in her head.
she's reaching for her head where the problem is. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You want me to play this so we could just see what they say
That
happened?
was not a stunt. I'm overheated in my costume.
Well,
I did
Muslim,
pass
hold on.
out. But you know what? I'm a champ.
They're not going to be honest back then about what, because nobody knew what she was going through. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
didn't
No,
know until just recently. But
yeah, we could read through the read between the lines. I
right.
just want to see what they say. You know?
I want to thank Jerry O'Connell and Dave Mr. Juice. Is that the end of the show? Was I passed out that long? No. Well, thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Dave. I love you for watching today.
A rep for the 53-year-old tells ET Wendy is feeling much
53.
better. She overheated because of her heavy costume, makeup, and lights. Wendy's rep adds that the host will address the incident more on her next show.
Yes. Well,
So
go
that
ahead.
was 6 years ago. So she was 53 at the time. So
Yeah.
this has been going on for a long time. Yeah, she must have been. But see, the thing though is she was an alcoholic back then, and if she was struggling with the same things, like she came to work every day and she showed up. That's a hard thing to pull off. If you are maybe she wasn't, maybe she was a what is it called, a functioning alcoholic or
Yeah, she was
something
a
at the time.
functioning alcoholic or drug addict.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell it
Okay.
is.
Yeah. So maybe that maybe that's what was going on, because they said her husband was he did a good job about getting her to come to work and being healthy and to scale back from her use. When she was like using or abusing whatever substances or whatever alcohol at the time. So
Damn, could they get her to rehab and all that stuff? I mean, what the hell? Is her husband rich or is she's doing
no,
okay?
she's the breadwinner.
Yeah.
He was the he pretty much was managing her. So she put him on. So his paycheck was because of her success, was from her success. So he she put him on to being like one of the producers on the show. So he got a check from that. And then he was also managing her. So he also got a cut up from that. So all the money that he was able to get was only because of her.
Of her. Yeah. Her
Yeah.
success.
So he doesn't have any of his own success independently.
Yeah.
In fact, when they had divorce, she got, had to split things in half. And if y'all don't know, he had been seeing this woman, this side chick, for 10 years during their marriage. And the side chick got pregnant. And that's one of the conditions that when he said that she would not go through and continue to be married to Kevin if she got pregnant and had this baby. So she had the baby, and that's when Wendy filed for divorce.
Yeah, why am I not surprised, right? Always
Yeah,
happens.
so I think she was, she was okay with, because she knew about, like she said, she knew about the side chick the whole entire time, but she wasn't the wife. She was. So, um,
That's
but
what happens after a while. Yeah.
yeah. So he abandoned her pretty much. Well, he abandoned. Well, I think she's been abandoned, but so she filed for divorce, and but she was pretty hush hush about it. Like she didn't make it seem like there was any issues with their marriage. Like we weren't able to see that. So
Yeah, but she was
um,
seeing somebody too. Like he's seeing his person. She got a guy on the side. He got a girl on the side. That's how it is, man.
I don't know if she got the. Well, I don't really know. I can only speculate, but
She's putting up with his
I
shit.
do think that she. I think that he was the first one to be a cheater, though.
Yeah,
Um,
whatever.
I didn't know that he was younger than her. He's a few years younger than she is. So, but so Kevin is still, her ex-husband is still with that woman. So apparently they seem to be happy. But like they say, how you get them is how you lose them. So who's to say another younger chick might not come along, and then she might, and a side chick might come along in their relationship, and he
But
might dip
wait a
out
minute.
on this one.
Is
So
Kevin her brother or her ex-husband?
Kevin is her ex-husband, but her son's name is Kevin Jr. So there's two Kevins. Kevin Senior is her husband, her ex-husband, and then Kevin Jr. is the spoiled brat that was running through her money and signed his mother's name to a $2 million apartment lease. And this is the thing, what that fool said, this Kevin Jr. said. He said, "Oh, well, I never spent any of my mom's money unless I had her approval. But here's the thing, she's not in any condition mentally to be able to give consent to that, because when people work at nursing homes, one of the directives that they have is that you cannot accept anything from those patients because they're not any condition, like mentally, like, because a lot of these people are older, right? To be able to give you anything, like to give you a gift or something, or like if they're going to hand over their paycheck, or you can write a check out of my checkbook, like you can't accept anything from them because they're not they don't have the mental capacity to agree to something, and be fully aware of what they're actually doing. So Kevin Jr. said that he had his mother's approval to spend everything that he was spending, but she was going through this and had dementia this time, so that's not completely accurate. So because doesn't have the ability to, or the withdrawal to understand logically what's going on. So yeah, she
And
probably did
also,
give consent, but she didn't know. I don't believe, if she was in her right frame of mind, that she would have allowed her son to sign her name to a $2 million condo for just him.
right, and also, like Oprah, when she gives out gifts to people, a car, money, whatever, she makes you
Yeah.
sign documents that this is just a gift and that she don't owe you no money. Because people be like, oh no, she gave me this money because she owes me more money. So she makes you sign a document.
Yeah.
People try to
So
get.
yeah, so that's what the documentary is, painting him out and setting him up to look really good, and the family to look really good, as if they just are concerned, family members. But see, her whole family is in Florida. She's up living in New York while all this is going on. Well,
They're
the
torturing this woman.
guardianship is up here in New York. But my thing is this is my thing, is like, they said that they're being cut off from seeing Wendy and whatnot. And if the whole family's down in Florida and the guardianship and Wendy is living up in New York, and Wendy's the one with the money, why don't one or two of the family members come up to New York and take care of the woman, or be in close proximity to check in on her? She's the one with the fucking money. So why does she need to be down there in Florida? Because they want her to be down in Florida around them, but she's the one with the money and the family. So y'all, one of you, the dumbass son that is lazy and don't do anything, he should have stayed in New York and got an apartment there if he was really wanting to look and care after his mother. So that's why I call cap and bullshit on that son, Kevin Jr., because easily he could get a small apartment close by to where his mother's at, or one of the other family members could, because he ain't got no job. It says he's listed as a student, as a college student. What college? I don't know. It probably some community college or something, because it don't take much to call yourself a student somewhere. But this is, that's the thing, is like I don't understand like why one or two of them don't move up to New York to check in on this woman. So I don't really believe the family members that they're as concerned as they want to. I do believe that they also want access to some of her money, and I think that there are some bad intentions. I do think that they do love her, as being her family, but I do think that there are some alternative motivations that are going on with that.
Yeah, it was her brother. It's Tommy Williams. He's sharing all the stuff. You see, I put it in the private chat.
Hold
He's
on.
being interviewed by ET in this video. He was interviewed. Oh shit! This was just an
You
hour
may
ago.
read that?
No. I was. If you want, share the screen. We can play this
Okay.
video real quick if you want to, because he's her
Right.
brother.
Hold
He's
on. Let me take the
giving
banner
this.
down.
All right, let me share it right quick. Ready?
Hmm.
Let me share it real quick. All right, share screen. Oh wait, hold on. I messed up. Let me just go back right quick.
Let's see if I got any more. Go to the comments. What's up, Truth? Truth says she was playing nice with Whitney first. Asked about the daughter, who was about 9 at the time. Whitney said, "Oh, she's right here." When he asked to speak with her, really? I do remember
Okay.
that crazy interview that she had with Whitney Houston at the time. But she was trying to be entertained. I mean, I understand. She did cry when she found out that she passed away, because Whitney Houston died of being addicted and having substance abuse issues that were never taken care of. That was such a sad way to go out. These bigger celebrities like Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince.
Keep going.
Prince.
They
We didn't
all
even
go
know
out that
about
way.
Prince. We did
They
not know
all go
about.
out drug abuse, drug overdose.
I
Hit
don't know.
Marilyn
Was
Monroe, Elvis. Name them. Keep going. They don't trust nobody around them. They lose themselves, bro. They hate
Well,
themselves.
that's another thing with now these the ones I'm naming are people that are within our community, like the Black community, and I think that a large part of the ones that were taken, those particular ones are the people that made it big in their family independently. So you had a lot of people that wanted to be around them, kind of like mooch off them.
DMX, Omar from The Wire.
I didn't know about Omar. Okay.
Yeah, they both overdosed.
You're not talking about Omar Epps, are you?
No. Oh, I'm talking about Michael. I forgot his last name, but he
So the
played Omar.
Wire's before my time, so I don't really know that show. So
Well, the dude that played what else did he play? He played on Boardwalk Empires. Even The Sopranos. He was on there for a little bit.
that's TC's lane. I don't watch
Michael
shows like
something, I
that.
forgot his name. But then you don't know the Wire? You ain't watched the Wire?
I heard of the Wire, but it wasn't. I mean, I was a kid when that was on. I
Oh
mean, I was
man.
in. Yeah, I was like in
No, I
middle
didn't watch it
school.
at his time neither. I watched it later on, but then
Oh
all of
yeah,
them.
so I don't even really care for what's that 50 Cent show that a
Power or
lot of,
whatever. Yeah, me too,
yeah,
man.
I don't even watch
Yeah.
that. I don't like, I don't really care for that. That's not, I don't really, yeah,
Oh,
I never
Michael.
got really into that show. It's not to say I couldn't get into it, but the last big show I think I like was probably Empire, but then it stopped. It started getting stupid towards the end, so I stopped watching that too. But yeah, those hood shows and stuff that TC likes, yeah, I can't really get into those.
Yeah,
Power,
share your
I don't
screen.
know. It don't have you. Oh, here it is.
This is him, Michael. Michael Kenneth Williams.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. He looks like the husband from Real Housewives of the chick from Real Housewives of Atlanta husband. Yeah, I think I've seen him on a couple of things. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember.
Young, bro,
I've seen him.
54. Go,
What,
God.
he had a drug problem?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was heroin. It's messed up.
You didn't
Take
watch any of them?
Empire, bro. Like
Oh,
Empire.
hey, Livin, I might have lost the comment. What were you saying? Was Wendy Williams big over there in the UK? I forget what she said. Because yeah, for her to not know she's a woman, that's I guess I mean like she's a celebrity over here. Like I
Yeah,
think
I
she's
remember.
A-list here.
I remember
Who's
first time in
that?
the club,
Who
right?
is that?
This is her brother. I was gonna play
Oh,
this.
okay.
You want me to play it? I put it on 125. The speed, so it'll go a little faster for us.
Okay. All right, let's go.
I'll play it real quick.
Under the impression as well that this was going to be a documentary about her road back to doing a podcast or doing her next show, because of course what we're seeing now is something completely different.
Yeah, you know something, I'll tell you, it spoke volumes to my early narrative of, Wendy's doing better and everything like that, because quite frankly, my hunch was, I guess she's making her way back to media, So I was just, and why doubt it? She's been through so many obstacles in the past and everything. And then, with us not being able to put our eyes on her and things like that and see the progress, everybody was on board. The uncomfortable position that I put myself in was I let my thought, kind of be distant from everybody else's, because everybody else, I guess, was connected to the guardianship and everything else, and kind of, bringing a momentum and bringing some support to what we're trying to get done. And I was looking from the stance of, because of busy day and not really looking and analyzing, I was looking like, well, she's getting better, and I guess she's going to get back to doing what she was doing in some sort, so that was that.
They basically said that because she was drinking so much, it was starting to affect her headspace and her brain. So I think they said it was alcohol-induced dementia. Yeah.
When did you learn about that diagnosis?
It's evidence we saw Wendy, with drinks. I do know that was her preference. When I visited, I experienced, and saw for myself and was able to lay my eyes on the realities. So, I think that was probably spot on, perhaps. I don't know who was given what information from clinic, from people who are authorized and qualified to give such diagnosis. But I do know that, I hadn't heard anything by anybody who's qualified. In conversations that I've had with Wendy, there have been dribbles along the way early on with, maybe calling the different person, things of that nature. So I can attach myself to maybe somebody coming up with that terminology because of things like forgetfulness and things like that. Fast forward to now, when we're plugged in and get a phone call, I don't hear that. I hear, hey, Tommy, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting to me because I think we've heard your niece say and some of your other family members say she needs to be with us because she's not doing as well.
I want the family to become the guardian. And you guys are ready to take care of her? 100%.
But you're saying when you talk to her, she does sound like she's doing well.
Well, she sounds like she's doing well, first of all, because she's plugged into family. And I don't know, I don't know everybody else's indication as to, how frequently they speak with her. I pretty much try to line my day up, try to wear her earbuds, man the phone, be ready to tell everybody back up, a call's coming in, to be ready for Wendy's call. And I'll say that each time we get on the phone, it's exciting.
Okay.
We're looking forward to it. So when I do hear Wendy's voice, she does sound upbeat and happy. And she does sound clear because she's talking to the people that she wants to be with.
Got it.
She's excited about the conversation. She's not excited about the dwelling where she is. She's excited about the possibilities and things like that. And I'm just saying, just from my take. I'm not in Wendy's head, but you know what? I'll say that no, it's not the latter of it too. It's not, oh, they must be really doing things right because she sounds great. No, she sounds great because she's finally talking to the people who make her sound really good and make her
because
heart
she's talking
feel
to
warm.
her brother and she misses you and wants to talk to you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and normally when she gets on the phone, it's not just her brother. It's a patch call. So, it might be me and it might be my sister Wanda, it might be my dad on the phone. So we collectively, hey, how you doing? And we try to pull back and have everybody kind of experience kind of an individual conversation. But we work with what we got.
Can I just ask you this? So you guys, I know you don't know where she is. Is it just agreed upon through the courts that you can't even say to her, Wendy, where are you?
It's just a matter of, all that's been going on for so long, and I stay in contact. I'm in Florida. I'm not far from my oldest sister and my dad and everything. So we kumbaya frequently, and so I don't feel necessary to use that time. Everybody's. I would imagine it's a very volatile situation, and I would imagine that Wendy is extremely unnerved being outside of her element, with freedom.
I think she's losing memory. Have you guys noticed that?
How dare him? I control men.
But how were you and the family made aware that this documentary was even being shot?
It was kind of like, we're a tribal family, as most families are. I would think that everybody aspires to be tribal. So, because we rallied around. I think it was my dad that even shared it. He said, Tommy, we're doing Wendy's doing some shooting for the next production. She was already doing quite a bit of footage and stuff, and I personally was thinking that something was.
Whoa, bro.
I know, bro. That's what I'm. This is one of the things is I think that this isn't the Wendy we used to know, because there's no way Wendy, like as we know her, would agree to show herself without her wig on. She was huge on nobody ever seeing with her without her wig. Like she would even go swimming with her wig on. So that's why I think that she's not in her right mind she did not. For her to be in her mental state she's at now, like with her, the issues with dementia that she has going, she would not give consent for her to be shown like this in this manner. This documentary makes her look terrible. And for the family to be okay with the documentary showing her like this, they're making her look like a plumb fool and putting a bad image out her. They are staining her legacy. Yeah. It's terrible, and the family is okay with that. It's awful, bro. It's awful. It's so sad.
Making money, right? They're making money off of her misery, her disease, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's it. This is the end of the road for her, basically. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that, but they make it seem like that is like she don't almost like she don't have that much longer. But
yeah, the producers are. Like once after this documentary or this series, you're not going to see her no more, right?
But that's the thing, though. Muslims, there's no way that she agreed for this, like especially this scene, to be shown on that documentary, like with her wig off. She never would have did that. Never.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Wendy for like 10, 12 years on TV, and she never wanted anybody to see. And she even said there's only two people who've seen me without my wig off, and that's she said her husband at the time and her son. And they have it blasted all over the TV on cable, her without a wig on. That's ridiculous.
Right? I was 16 years old. First time I went to a club, I was 16 years old. It was called the Arena in New York City. She was there. She was hosting it, and she brought on Wu-Tang Clan. But damn, you know what's messed up? What happened was Wu-Tang Clan.
I heard she used to host a lot of parties back then. Yeah,
it was a nice big club, bro. I'll never forget that day. She was Wu-Tang Clan started to perform. Everything was all right, and then they said at the end of their performance, they said, "Ooh," like they shot off a signal, a sign. Bro, I don't know who the fuck was in the crowd, but that just let off some crazy ass shit. People just started throwing like bottles at them. Cups with ice at them, but they left the stage quick. And she came on the stage. She said, "This is why y'all can't get nothing good and all this, that." They were like, "Shut up, bitch!" And they'll throw.
I think I heard her say she got interviewed about that. I think that was there a shooting at that night or something.
There were no shooting, but there was gonna be. But there was. I swear to God, bro. This is my first time. 16 years old at a club, bro.
Oh, you were there? Because I think that was a pretty big deal. Because
there was like 50 kids, right? And I don't know where they were from, but when Wu-Tang did that, when they did that, yo, that's it. That broke out the whole fight. And bro, I felt bad for the bouncers, bro. Every time one bouncer would try to break something up, somebody hit him in the head with a chair. I didn't move. I was like, bro, I was frozen on the wall, but I seen everything. At the end, there's like maybe 15, 20 bouncers on the floor. They couldn't move. They dropped their blood here and there. And then the kids, yo, bro, the cops had their hands up. It was a female and like 4 cops. Because, in New York City at 3 o'clock in the morning, all the clubs are coming out, so they didn't have backup, nothing. They let those kids out. They said, go ahead. They put their hands up, and they were like, go ahead, just go, just leave, go. And I was watching. It was like 40 of them all together. They all left. And this one kid, bro, he came back, short kid. Bro, he had his hand in his pocket like a hoodie. He was like, fuck with me now. He must have got beat up by the other kids, but I'll tell you one thing, ain't nobody gonna fuck with him. He was strapped. Even the cops weren't fucking with him. They're like, no, everything's all right. Damn. Everything's all right. Just keep going. It's my first time going to a club, bro.
Wow, that's your first time and all that shit happened.
First time, 16 years old, I said, I'm never coming back here. Nah, I was like, hell yeah, I love the whole scene. Everything was beautiful. But yeah, she was tall and they dissed her ass.
Wow. When was this? What year was this? Is this the early 90s or?
I was 16, probably late 90s, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
late
he was
90s?
way
Okay.
younger.
Yeah, she was big at that point.
No, not that.
Like
No,
big on the radio, like at least.
about 95, 96, 95.
Okay, yeah, yeah, because I know she was on the party scene a lot because that's where she met her husband Kevin. Because I think she was hosting a lot of parties in New York at the time.
Yeah, clubs. Yep.
Yeah, clubs. Yep.
Yeah, she was bringing
That's how
her.
she met a lot of these
Yeah,
rappers
to
and
perform.
whatnot.
Yeah, she would bring
Yeah,
it up to perform. She would host. She would come out, talk to the crowd, get them all all hyped up, and then bring out the performers.
yeah.
You want me to finish
Hey,
this or
yeah, well, yeah. Let's
okay?
finish
Was
this.
going to come about the footage because I didn't really, see it just going anywhere. And Wendy's not just want to collect footage that I could recall, so I knew it was probably something.
I can't imagine what it's like for you all watching this because it's really unnerving for us who don't even really know Wendy like that watching it. But one of the
Yeah.
things that still sits with me is the clip where she calls you Kevin.
So, Kevin, I'm so glad you're here. Really.
Did you realize at that time that Wendy's condition was getting worse? Is that when it really started to click with you?
Well, something crazy is that, we kind of do that sometimes. I get people say Kevin all the time because we have that likeness and things. But you know what? With Wendy, I know that it was conditional and it was under the circumstances. And no, exactly. I didn't want to buy into that. I didn't want to ruin the moment. So, hey,
You just let it go.
But you just let it go.
I'm going to be doing such fun things on my new TV show. And I'm going to have, I don't want to just write it because it will get off. You know what I'm saying? So I've like a paint thing. Yeah, it's to paint. Okay.
How much did the documentary producers stay in contact?
So those were her two sons right here.
She only has one son. The one with the big hair, the afro. That's her son.
Okay, it's
left,
just his
yeah.
friend. Okay.
No, that's
How
her.
much
That's
did the
her
document-
nephew.
Okay.
The one on the left in the white shirt is her son. The one on the right is her nephew.
What you think
Yeah.
she's talking about right here?
Paint thing.
Well, let's finish. Let's
Yeah.
finish it.
It's to paint. Okay.
How much did the documentary producers stay in contact with the family about Wendy's health and what they were seeing while they were shooting?
I didn't feel as though at that point, I didn't feel as though Wendy was ready. She wasn't ready for a production. I don't really know why she's doing it now. And I don't think I really outwardly said that, but I was saying it to myself. And I said that amongst family because I really didn't have a good, I didn't have an idea of what she was planning on doing with this piece.
Did filming and did airing this documentary, do you believe that it helped Wendy's condition or do you believe that it hurt Wendy more?
Hey, listen, we've been at the bottom. I believe that we've hit it, that she's hit it. I think the documentary is good. I appreciate the documentary because it released me. It taught
Can
me
you
so
pause
much.
this? All right,
It brought
this
me
is
closer
good.
to
This is
family.
pissing me off. He's full of shit. He's full of fucking shit. That's
Bro,
why I
I
don't
can't.
fucking like her family. Because all right, so
Real
let's
quick,
let's
I can't listen to this guy. He
Muslim.
keeps
Let me
saying,
unpack that.
Muslim.
Muslim. Let me unpack this before I lose my train of thought.
What do you think?
Okay, so this is why he's full of shit, and I don't know who else in the family is full of shit, but he was saying that he doesn't know why Wendy signed off on this. Okay, so she has, from what they're saying, dementia. How is she able to give consent mentally and to give consent for this to come out and to give approval for this? They should never have did that. There should have been no way for them for that to get to this far. And now what I heard is that she had signed a 3-part deal with Lifetime. One of the films was her biopic, like that was about her, about her life. It was like a biography, and so she had already gotten the money from the deal that she made with Lifetime. So this was her fulfilling that contract with Lifetime was this last part right here. But the thing, so she had already agreed to it. But to show her in this light and to give for her to give approval for a certain scenes to be shown like this without her wig on. I mean, they showed her passed out, like as if she was drunk, like with her eyes rolling back in her head, like in her bed. There should be no way that should have aired like that. They have destroyed her image, and I think the family they should be ashamed of themselves for being okay with this. And he's saying he don't know how he feels. He feels like it set him free. Fuck him. Because here's the thing is that what I found is that that little runt of hers, Kevin Jr., he has a producer credit on this documentary. So he's getting a check from it. So I think that he wanted to put his mother in the worst possible light because it would get a lot of ratings to give him a bigger check. And that's all he fucking cares about is the money. He don't care about his mother because if they did, he did. And if any of these family members did, like he said, the brother said, they all stay down in Florida close to each other. I know not all of them are working. They could have got their ass up there and looked after her in New York. They don't all have to be down there in Florida. So, and another thing is that I don't understand why the guardianship can't go down to Florida if that's the issue. You know, like you. I agree with the financial guardianship. I don't know about the medical guardianship because those are two different wheelhouses. But the financial guardianship, I think she definitely needs to be under because, you know, she is surrounded by people that are no good for her. And that includes her family. Her son is no good. And her brother ain't no good. I know for a fact he sold stories to these gossip sites when she was going through her divorce. So he ain't about shit either. This brother of hers talking. So I'm not saying that they don't love her, but you know. But anyways, Living Life had a question. She said, "Who's making the money?" So that's one of the people that is making the money. Living Life is her son has a producer credit on here, and I think she might have did that just to kind of help him with his resume to get him some type of experience to be doing something so he ain't mooching off her for the rest of his life. So that's one of the people. And then, like I said, Lifetime, because she had a contract with Lifetime, and this is the third film that fulfills that contract that she had with Lifetime that she had already signed up for when she was in her right frame of mind. So after the filming and then the editing took place, I think with the editing, that's when when they were editing this, that's when she's not in her right frame of mind. And a lot of this stuff got out to make her look crazy like this, like showing her passed out drunk in the bed. There's no way as private as Wendy is and has been her whole life that she would be okay with that. Like a lot of people should be ashamed of themselves. I cannot believe that they did that to this woman. Like, I think that family's disgusting. Her son is disgusting. Anybody that was okay with putting her out there like that, it's so sad to see. I was bothered by this after I watched this documentary. Like, it upset me a lot because that she is just surrounded by vultures. Like, nobody loves this woman enough to say stop. Like, and this Wendy Williams is an icon. For her to accomplish what she has as a Black woman in this country in daytime TV is amazing. And to have her be dragged through the mud and be portrayed and shown and tarnishing her image, it's horrible. Horrible. Just want to watch her demise. That's all it is. So
Yeah,
I'm
well,
sorry,
look
what
at
were you
Michael
saying, Muslim?
Jackson. The same thing with Michael Jackson. Anybody who tells these celebrities no, they get rid of them. You understand? They get
Yeah.
rid of them. They don't want to hear anyone say no to them. Like Michael Jackson, all the stuff he was taking, his prior doctor, like maybe 10 years ago, she was like, Michael, what's all this about? She opened up his cabinet and stuff. He was like, it's okay, it's okay, it's all right, it's all right. She was like, it's not all right. And that's it. He got rid of her a long time ago. That's it. They don't want to hear nothing. They want to do it their way. No, that's it. It's their way or the highway. That's
You
it.
talking about
They,
celebrities or what?
they killed themselves. Yeah, here. I wanted to show you Mickey Rourke. This guy's a monster, bro. Look at him.
Yeah, he definitely has some bad plastic surgery.
Oh my
that's definitely
God.
one.
That's
Yeah, that's why I don't understand men who get plastic surgery. Like, I don't understand that. Like, he didn't even do all that. But I'm about to wrap this up. So we're at the hour mark, though. But thank you so much for helping me, Muslim, with presenting and sharing your screen, living life. Thank you for showing up. Unadulterated truths in the chat. But Yeah, this is just if y'all haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It is on Lifetime. It's I mean, I think it's pretty good, but I mean it is a sad story though, nonetheless. So I just think it's a shame that they are just just dragging this woman, just watching and documenting her demise like this. Like it's just crazy to me. Like, I hate that. Like, why can't we have some more like some of the people that because she is a you know she's a role model to a lot of people once you reach that level. So it seems like every time we get a black role model, they have to be you know they have to be humiliated in front of our eyes to try to um, you know mess up their character or their image. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, but I think that you know there are people that are out there and living life. He made a point to say this too, that you don't trust Hollywood or the government. But yeah, there might be some people that do have um, a bone to pick with her, and this might be their way of getting back at her. And but there's no way that she was a willing participant in this whole thing. And but thank you guys all so much for showing up. I appreciate it. We're gonna wrap up here, and thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I thought that this presented like a good conversation to have, though, because there is a lot of abuse that happens with even with elder abuse, people that have you know, that aren't able to defend themselves. You know, and just shine some light on guardianship because a lot of people aren't familiar with how those things work. Um, but yeah, so thank you guys so much for being here. Please like and subscribe, share this show, and you guys have a good night. Thanks for joining me, Muslim.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Peace, man. Thank you, bro. Peace.
All right. Thank you guys. All right. Bye, everybody. Like and share, like and share, like and share, like and share. All right. Bye, y'all.
Oh no!